Hey guys, Leeway Travis here. Now, this is the last time I'll be recording from this room. As you can see, I've actually pretty much packed it up. Right. Next week, you'll see me actually doing the show from my new place, which you should already know from yesterday's video. So, let's get to it then, shall we? Alright. First article I want to talk about is the one involving 7-year-old Kiesha Abrahams. Now, if you've been keeping an eye on the news, then you'll know that August last year, the 7-year-old disappeared from her home in Mount Druitt. Now, police have actually just arrested her mother and stepfather with her murder, despite the fact that the body hasn't been found yet, or that Kiesha hasn't been found yet. And on the day of Kiesha's 7th birthday too. So, yeah, it's kind of come as a bit of a shock to everyone. Not everyone's taking it so well, especially not the family of the mother and families of the mother and stepfather. But yeah, we'll basically keep an eye on that and see how that goes. Okay, the second one involves British tourist Helen Beard. Now, the 44-year-old was holidaying in Florida when 1-year-old jah-neah Miles fell from the 4th story of the hotel that both were staying in. Now, Helen was actually able to catch the girl, but only for a brief moment. She ended up slipping out of her hands and hitting the floor. Now, both Helen and jah-neah are fine. They neither have any injuries, and yeah, I'd say Helen's just been declared a hero, which I actually am quite glad about. Now, jah-neah actually fell out of the window after her caretakers didn't realise she was missing. Oh, sorry, because her caretakers didn't realise she was missing from their room. So, yeah, I get a little bit worried about that. The fact that she's not being taken proper care of. But, like I said, I still consider Helen a hero. And so would about 1,000 other people. Alright, the third article actually comes from Hong Kong, where the film 3D Sex and Zen Extreme Ecstasy has actually opened up in cinemas and has actually topped out James Cameron's Avatar for largest gross opening week. Or something like that. You get what I mean. Basically, their opening profits exceeded those of James Cameron's. Now, what is actually quite surprising is that it's a 3D movie, or essentially a 3D porno as it's being advertised, despite the fact that the sex scenes are actually silhouetted. But yes, it's opened up in Hong Kong. Stars 2 Japanese porn stars and a Chinese actress, and it's collected 17 million Hong Kong dollars. Now, I don't know what that is in US, but I'm sure you can work it out. But it's actually, like I said, it's beaten out James Cameron's film for highest opening week. Now, on to a little bit of science news, where scientists have created a new plastic which will actually heal itself. Now, what it actually does is that when it's damaged, the bonds in it, once I bring up the article, will actually heat up using ultraviolet light, and will basically melt into the joints. Now, I think this is actually a pretty good thing, because it will open up an entire new wave of plastic goods, alright? And it'll increase their durability. Mind you, at the same time, I can actually see this being used as military armour, especially for ground troops, because of the fact that it can actually heal. Alright? I might as well ask this question now. What uses do you think self-healing plastic could actually come to? Because I'm sure there's many. Alright, now time for that part of the show called News from My Phone. And thankfully today's news from my phone is actually a little bit interesting. It has to do with Australian jockey Shane Scriven, who's just been banned from horse racing for 5 months after he stole a fellow jockey's crop mid-race. Now, I can't actually say much more than that. I'm still laughing about it. But he's been slapped with a 5-month ban for stealing another rider's crop. So I think he deserves what he gets. Alright, so 2 questions today. First one I've already asked. What uses do you think self-healing plastic has? And the second question is a bit weirder one. Would you like to see your favourite movie sex scenes in 3D? Leave your answers in the comments below. If you want to contribute to the show, like one user did, with the suggestion of science news, click on this box here and then it will take you to the messaging service. If you want to subscribe, just click the button up there. So, next week I'll be recording from the new studio. So until then, I'm Leeway Previs, and I'll see you all next week for Must Do This Week. Bye.